Hi, Ella. How are you?
I'm fine. Hi, Aya. How are you?
I'm okay. I'm excited to be here. This is ICL's first podcast, and we were invited to speak about very, very exciting projects that we both led together of the new ICL Code of Conduct.
Yeah. So today we're going to talk about the process that we've done, the challenges that we had. We also will talk about the implementation process that we're initiating right now of our code of conduct. So I think we can start.
Yeah, we can. Codes of conduct, they seem like very, high level documents that usually people see as something that is very high in the hierarchy of documents, but is in the drawer. But it's actually recently have been in the news, in the headlines. I don't know if you heard, I guess you have, about the presidents of certain Ivy Leagues in the US that testified in front of Congress lately about anti Semitism in campus. And they were asked by Congress if actions that call for certain actions are in violation of their code of conduct. So you see, the codes of conduct are not just any type of document, but they really reflect the vision of an institution.
Definitely. And did you know that the first written code code of conduct was written in 1924 by IBM, and this is and it shows the history that codes had. And this code is also evolving since then as our code of conduct. Can you tell a little bit about our code of conduct, previously called Code of Ethics?
So, like you said, and I think that is probably the most important thing about codes of conduct is how they're evolving. Because a code of conduct is not just something that you write once and that's it. It serves you for life. A code needs to reflect the company's DNA, the company's spirit, the company's vision. And it needs to change as the company changes and as the world changes. And like you said, it's not a new concept. And ICL have always had a code of ethics. You can find it in our website. You can find it in our portal. But we decided to change it a few years ago. And why? Because at some point we understood that the DNA of ICL has changed.
We wanted to make the best in class code that we could. So we decided to work on that from the bottom up and from top down. When we started working bottom up, we engaged with our ethics committee members, and this is employees from all over the globe, from many functions and many divisions. And they provided their insights, their inputs on the ethical dilemmas that they encounter in their daily work. And it was very important for us to get their feedback in order to start and to initiate the work on the code. I think that this holistic approach of bottom up, it was very involving. We actually could involve all the employees and also the management and all the relevant stakeholders to work together in a collaboration on our mutual code that actually should be a code for everyone.
For everyone, I agree. And when we came to writing the code and think of our company and what it tries to do in every area of its products, of its services, everything that we do, we want to do the right thing. And how do we do the right thing? How do we know what's right? It's a difficult question, but someone else already answered this question for us. The UN answered this question for us because they said what their goals for the world are. What the most important things that we need to reach now? Zero hunger, governance, everything that we need to make the world a better place. And we decided to embrace these UN SDGs as our guiding principle of the code. And I think by that we kind of closed this circle of where we started and where we ended. So this is how we're doing the right thing. We are embracing the UN SDGs and implementing them in everything that we do. And how do we implement them in everything that we do?
Another thing that we've done, we benchmarked ourselves against many companies in the world, also in our peer groups companies, to make sure we really have the best code that we can. We also checked all the ESG ranking company indicators that are relevant for code of conduct to understand what are the requirements and make sure we meet all requirements in our code. I think this is one of the most interesting things that we've done to actually close all the process and make sure we cover everything.
Mm-hmm. I agree. And I think that one of the things we found out in the benchmark is that a lot of companies create their codes and creating the focus areas of that the code focuses on. So for example, each company defines where it wants to put its focus. And for us, the focus was about care. We said that we want to do the right thing. But when we came to think about it, we said, doing the right thing is a really big concept. How do you know what the right thing to do? What you aim to do is the right thing, and you want to do it in the right way. So how do we do the right thing? We do the right thing by embracing the UN SDGs. How do we know how to do the right thing? This is the code. The code tells us how to do the right thing in the right way.
Definitely. And one of the things that we also emphasize in our code is our care to what our employees have to say. In our code, we talk about the speak-up culture, that we really encourage our employees to talk and to report if something feels not comfortable, if something is not safe, if they just see something that is wrong. We really we empower them to talk and to report, and we really care about that.
And we tell our employees that we cannot improve without them. We cannot improve if they don't tell us what's wrong. We can't know everything, so we need them to tell us what they see, and we need to gain their trust by showing that we are taking care of what they say. And we care, we actually care about what they say.
Yes, it's also our responsibility actually to investigate, to make it in the most appropriate way. We have to really make sure they understand our non-retaliation policy, that something wrong will not happen to them if they report. It's something that really our responsibility as a company, and I think that it's really empowering employees to know that they have the company behind them.
Yeah.
One of the advantages of the code also is empowering employees when they speak up, and to speak up.
Exactly, and understanding when they should speak up. One thing that is not trivial for the code, but is very deep in our hearts, is safety. We talk about care for our people. The first thing we care about is their lives. We want them to go back home the same way they came in the morning, right? So the code gives us tools on what to report, red flags, which red flags should an employee identify and then report. So I think it's very evident that the code is effective. It gives you tools, it gives you actual tools to deal with many areas of conduct, many areas that you may have ethical or other dilemmas in, and you don't know how to act.
Exactly, and how employee knows that we actually have a code of conduct and what in it. So these days we implement our code of conduct, and I think this is one of the most important things to do in a company.
And maybe one of the most challenging things to do in the company.
Definitely. So like in very important messages, this message should come from tone from the top. We engaged our CEO, Raviv Zoller, to introduce the code and explain about the importance of a code of conduct for our company. We understand that the implementation process is a long process. For now, we understand that the first thing that we have to do is make sure that all the employees, they know that we have a new code. They know when we expect them and when they should use it and how to use it and where to find it. So we're starting with many activities to raise awareness to the code. We're creating posters with questions that are relevant for everyone, like questions that asking, if I receive a gift, what should I do? And then we refer them to the code. If I encounter any situation that a violation of a code or our procedure, what should I do? Or other examples of, for example, if I have a conflict of interest, what should I do?
We have a case of harassment. We have a case of discrimination. The code touches so many aspects.
Definitely. So, and then we want people to know that they have to reach out to the code. This is our most important mission, and we are focusing on that during these days.
Yeah. And we're putting it everywhere we can. So it's in our website. There's going to be a mobile version for the mobile. Obviously, training is one of the most important pillars, and we have a new code course that will be launched very soon. So we really try to touch people in diverse ways, as many ways as possible.
So thank you very much, Aya.
Yeah, it was fun. I can speak about codes for hours, but I think it's enough for today.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ella.